Okay, so this is my second video, and what I'm going to be talking about today is my Values in Society course. And today we learned about rights and equalities. Basically, we learned about two different types of rights. There's negative rights and positive rights. And the difference between the two is that negative rights is something that should not be taken away from you. So it's thou not shall taken away, or ought not shall taken away. So this means that something like your freedom should not be taken away. So then a positive right would be something that is given to you, like your right to work or your right to education, food, etc. And we're going to look at a couple of examples in my articles from my page, The Moral of This Story. And this textbook cost me $150, which is pretty crazy. But anyways, the first example we have here is Article 1 says that all humans are born with free and equal equality and dignity and rights. That would be an example of a positive right, because it is something that is given to you, your freedom of equality. So another example would be, no one shall be held in slavery. Slavery and slave trade shall be prohibited in all form types. So that means basically it's a negative right, because you'd have to have your freedom taken away from you for you to become a slave, so that is something taken away from you, which makes it a negative right. Another example would be, everyone has the right to life, liberty, and security of person. And that would be a positive right, because a positive right is something that is given to you from the government, and your equality is given to you from the government in this sense. Another example would be, the last example would be, no one shall be subjected to torture or to cruel, inhuman, and degrading treatment or punishment. And that is a perfect example of a negative right, because to be subjected to cruel and inhuman and degrading treatment or punishment would mean that you'd have something taken away from you. Your freedom of speech, your freedom of, your basically just everything freedom if you were to be tortured, right? So basically those are the two main differences. And there's a simple rule to follow also, that all negative rights have to be positive, meaning that you cannot have a negative right without having a positive right first. So you cannot have something taken away from you if you don't have it. So you can't have freedom taken away from you if you've never had freedom. And then not all positive rights have to have negative rights though. So you can have something and not have a negative right for it, is what it's basically saying. So we also learned about libertarians, and they only believe in negative rights. They believe that we should get rid of all of the positive rights altogether, because we should not help the moochers and leechers, as Ayn Rand would say, the moochers and leechers, because why have buses? Why pay taxes to have buses to pay for people who can't afford cars? When the people who are doing something right can afford cars, why should we pay taxes to give moochers and leechers buses? And that's what the libertarians think. And there is two reasons why they believe in these things. And the first reason would be supererogation, I think that's how you say it, I'm not sure. But it means going beyond the call of duty. So positive rights are too demanding. They expect too much of you. They want you to go over and above, right? So what they basically are saying is that people who have money should not have to pay taxes to help the people who can't afford to keep a job, or not afford to keep a job, but people who can't keep a job and who are on welfare and stuff like that, because they are just moochers and leechers. And then the second reason why they believe in these things is that positive needs are endless. Because what exactly are needs? People say all the time, oh, I need a new pair of shoes, but you don't actually need it. So they believe that needs are basic things. So if you take away a need from somebody, they cannot live. So a basic need would be food and water and shelter, because a new pair of shoes isn't going to kill you. So that's what the libertarians believe. Judith Jarvis believes that the abortion is the right of a woman instead of the right to the child. So basically, most people think abortion is wrong because it's killing a human being. The baby is a person, you're killing the person. And Judith Jarvis says, well, wait, what about the woman's rights? The woman's rights to not have somebody invade their body for 9 months. And they'd have to go through so many changes. They get a big belly, they get sores, it's a lot of pain, and they'd have to give birth. So why are we saving this little baby when we're not helping the woman? It's actually the woman. So an example from the text was that people, imagine that you were kidnapped and you woke up and you were attached to an IV to this famous violinist who is amazing, and he's so great. But anyways, you're attached to him through tubes, and you have to stay in your bed and be attached and help him live. And you're supporting him. Your body, or something inside you, is supporting this violinist. And if you were to unplug yourself and walk away, the violinist would die because you were the only one that can keep him alive. So her point with that story was that you would expect, it's not your duty to save this violinist, so then why is it your duty to give birth to a child? You are being kidnapped, basically, by this little baby inside you that is taking all your food and your energy, and that's her way of thinking of it. I don't believe in that at all, but anyways, that's not my point. But so she just believes that the difference between positive rights and negative rights are a little more complex than libertarians think. So it takes a lot more to distinguish if it's a positive or a negative, because most rules and laws are basically both. And that's what we learned today in Values in Society. I hope I have that down pat. I don't know if I made mistakes or not, but I'll double check to make sure. And yeah, so see you later.